Now, I want to talk about some of just the nuts and bolts. Like, if I don't want to buy a fancy camera, which I kind of do want to buy a fancy camera, but it's a great excuse. And, but what are some of the basics of just like using a smartphone video to do some of kind of these concepts you've talked about? Everybody, almost everybody has a smartphone. What can we use that we already have without buying too much new?
Yeah, so we actually do some coaching with people, consulting to a lot of people we work with don't actually have, we haven't filmed their videos. They film their own videos, and we help them kind of figure out what equipment they need. But basically, if you got like an iPhone 7, even I've got an iPhone 4S, and the cameras on the back of those phones, and I'm not familiar with Androids as much, but I've seen that footage too. If you don't have more than $1,000 to spend on a camera, you don't need to. Like, basically, a camera on the back of a smartphone is going to be better than most cameras that you would buy for under $1,000, $1,500, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So unless you're willing to buy that, just use your smartphone. So get a tripod, Amazon tripod with smartphone attachment, and it comes with a little clip. Hook it up, and then get a smartphone lavalier mic. So that's usually about $70. So tripods usually like $20. Lavalier mic that hooks on your smartphone is about $70. You're under $100, and you've got the basic equipment that you need. So that's kind of like the nuts and bolts, and then I would recommend.
And the lavalier mic, is that
I'm sorry, yeah, it's a little tiny.
And then is that wireless, or is there a big wire that goes to your phone?
There's a wire. There's like a 10-foot wire. You just tuck it under your shirt.
Okay.
It's really easy. If you need to, you don't have to have a microphone. It'll sound clearer with a lavalier mic.
Okay.
And if you don't have an office with a very big window, you can get a basic lighting kit. Or what we do actually is we get China ball lanterns and put a daylight bulb inside, and then that can stay in your office. It looks kind of cool. I have mine just hanging up in my office. So you can use that to get better lighting. One of our clients just did that, and it looks like she's sitting right next to a huge open window, but she's in a dimly lit office. So looks great. So that's some of the basics.
Now,
use your smartphone.
In regards to like lighting, I think I've heard that you want like kind of lighting that's in front of you and on the sides of you, maybe a little bit kind of behind you. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, I want to be by a window, and then they're just a silhouette.
Yes.
How do you avoid the silhouette cruddy looking?
Yeah. You want to face the window. Make sure that no direct light is hitting you. You want indirect light hitting you. And you kind of want to face the window and then turn slightly so that it's hitting you at like a 3/4 angle, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. You do not want to sit in your office with fluorescent lights shining down and making your eyes look like black pits. You want to be able to see your face, and your eyes want to be lit up. So you want to be standing next to light that can get up into your face. Is kind of how you want to do it. So yeah, face the light. Don't turn away from it. And kind of put it at an angle. So yeah, that's basically what you want to do. And then if you're interested, this is all do-it-yourself stuff. If you're interested in doing a video yourself, one of the most important things is to have a sense of what you're going to say before you say it, or else you end up talking about yourself, which is the last thing you want to do. So when you go to make a video, you want to be able to have a clear idea about who your ideal client is, what their pain points are, what first steps they can take, like how you can help them, and then a call to action, which is really just a summation of those three things.
And then when you're done with that video, throw it into iMovie, do your call to action on the end. Like, do you recommend having a lot of text on it, or is it better to be a little bit more simple?
Yeah. So for editing, you just want to put like a lower third title with your name and maybe your tagline.
What's a lower third title?
I'm sorry. Yes. Thank you, Joe.
That's okay.
A lower third title is, I know you know, but thank you for asking for everyone else.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe you don't. Who knows if you don't? Basically, it's in the lower third of the screen. So it's your name and maybe a tagline or your practice name, and it's at a spot where it doesn't get in the way of your face. It's down lower in the video. And then that's one title you should put in the beginning, and you can do this all in iMovie, simple transitions or no transitions. And then at the end, you want to just put one screen with your logo, and then say a call to action, which is basically call today for a free consultation, and then put your phone number in big block letters. And that's really all you need. You don't need to do a whole lot of editing on it. Even if you don't do editing, that's okay. Mm-hmm. The important thing is that you're speaking with empathy towards your ideal client and calling them to action.
Yeah. One thing that I've been doing and testing lately that's kind of outside of this, though, is doing Facebook Live. Just where you turn it on, start talking about a topic. Facebook is pushing Facebook Live so much that I did this for 2 weeks at the end of the school year just to see if anybody cared. And there were so many people from my daughter's school that were like, you've been doing crazy Facebook Lives recently. You've been just like rocking them out. And I'm like, I didn't even know you cared. And so I think that that's another way to use video if you don't want to do all the equipment side, is just go live through your business page or go live through your personal page talking about these things to just get comfortable on camera.
Yes. Yeah, and that's actually really, really cool thing that they're putting out. And I mean, for a couple of reasons. One is it's such good practice for you as a therapist to be able to be on the spot and to think on your feet. And that's a great skill. And to kind of get rid of that fear of the camera, the lens.
Yeah.
And even like when it's kind of like public speaking, you know, so many people are afraid of nervous about public speaking, and it just takes practice getting familiar with that space of being in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is it's so great for your practice because it's so raw, and people see you for who you are, and they get a real sense for like, this is them. This is the authentic version of them, not spiced up, not edited, not scripted. It's you. And so that's a really cool thing for people to be able to see. And then the converse side of that is like, you want to make sure that you're communicating what you really, I mean, that's a really powerful form of communication. You want to make sure that you're communicating in a way that reinforces your brand as a therapist, and that doesn't distract from it.